stick to your guns. No matter what is said, homie, no matter how much comes against you, you got a vision of how you want this world to be and how you want your life to be. There will be those who come against you and say they've never seen you with it, they've never seen you do that kind of thing before. You know, is it in you? You know what I'm saying? Nothing from your past would tell me that you were going to be, you failed, elementary school math, homie. All this shit's going to come against you. But for those of us who want that empire, it requires us to understand that we need to make more money. And in order to make more money, it requires us to understand that someone has to take a chance. And that someone has to be you. That someone has to be me. A lot of people will not understand your vision, your goal, your reason for being on this earth, homie. But you have to understand. And you have to be able to follow through with it. You got to think of it this way. The cat who made Facebook, I'm sure MySpace was already out. He didn't give a shit. He still pushed his shit, right? The cat who made whoever, Orville Redenbacher popcorn, homie. Somebody told him there's already popcorn out here. What's going to make yours so much better than everyone else's? You got to stick to your guns in this game. Because the reason why so many people have not made it is not because they weren't talented. It's because they quit. They quit their great idea. I truthfully believe most people have one or two great ideas in their head. It's just that they never do them. In fact, I've been sitting around some cats who told me some great ideas before, and it was just me trying to be a good person that I didn't steal them and run with them. I still have them in my head, you know what I'm saying, and waiting for the statute of limitations of being a good man to disappear, because otherwise, 2015, I might just drop 20 bombs on everybody and get 10 meal tickets in a game. But I try not to be a thief in my head. I try not to do anything like that. But, they quit. And there's no other explanation for it, homie. People, I have plenty of friends around me right now who tell me, Freeman, you should take the rise and grind, and you should do seminars, and you should do all this shit and everything else. But that wasn't my mission. That wasn't my vision when I started to rise and grind. It wasn't to, shake hands and kiss babies. I had one cat tell me, well, how can you talk about money and all this stuff and you're not taking advantage of the money you could be making by going out on tour and all this shit? And I said, well, you know what? I can make money in other ways. And what I do for you, what I do on RNG is just put my people up. And truth be told, I do it because at 17, like I told you before, I wish somebody would have just, I don't care what the fuck it was. If you would have just talked about money, I would have listened to it. I didn't have anyone to really school me, and let me know that it was all right with my thinking. But through all that, I had to stick to my guns. And through the RNG, I stick to my guns on how I want to put it out there for everybody. But getting back on point, the thing I want you to know is, it's going to be times when people come against you. And this is not going to be an easy fight, homie. This is an all-out fight. This is an all-out battle. There's been times in my life, homie, where I went down a road and it didn't look good. It didn't look as good as everyone else thought. They thought I was falling off. They thought I was it, Freeman, you going back to a corporate gig and shit, and you might just want to be a middle class cat, man. You might just, it seems like you just want to be mediocre and shit. And, motherfuckers waiting on me to fall, waiting on me to fail. And I got to stick to my vision of what I came out here to do, what I'm really here to do. And sometimes that vision looks awful. Right now, as we speak, homie, I'm about to write a blog post about this shit if I didn't put it out before this podcast, about, easier said than done. Because I put out all this information about, money and everything else, and I'm going through it now. When I say I'm going through it mentally. I'm going through it where I have to be, my money over the matters, my money over my mind, homie. I got to keep my chips in the front window, of what's going on, because sometimes I'm dealing with some bullshit nowadays, homie, that is beyond me. Feel like I'm a complaining little fucking kid right now, how much I just hate being at work with motherfuckers, man. And they ain't even fucking with me, man. It's all in my damn mind, man. But it's really fucking with me, and I gotta get back on point. I gotta get back to, lifting weights and doing what I normally did when I was on the grind. But it's fucking with me. But through all this shit, I gotta stick to my guns, homie. The reason why I even took this route, the reason why I exist today is because when I was making my money and I was doing real well, I still was looking over to the side and I saw, God damn, there's more money over there. You know what I'm saying? And all the time I challenge myself to say, when you see that more money, what the fuck are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do about it, Freeman? Keep pointing the shit out and knowing that it's money over there? You're gonna be just like one of them suckers you say on TV or on a podcast or on a blog where you say, you know, a motherfucker who knows how to make money but don't go after it, don't know how to do it. What the fuck is he, a fool? So I challenge myself every day to stick to my gun, stick to my mission, stick to my goals. You know what I'm saying, or what I have in front of me. But it doesn't mean it's not hard. It doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, you sit outside and you know you're doing the right thing and you watching other motherfuckers trick off their money and you feel like a sucker too. Because you know that the way you going about it going to result in an empire, but some days it don't feel like that. Some days it feel like you the motherfucker who a goddamn fool. And I have some of those days, homie. And I know some of y'all thinking, that damn, Freeman, you know, you done did a lot of things and you still feel the same way. Homie, you know, anytime something infringes on my freedom and fucks up that I gotta deal with other people, this shit pisses me off to a whole new level. And that's the reason why you'll never see my ass on a seminar, homie. I hope all y'all do very well in this life, homie, but I can't take it. If some motherfucker comes to me and say, Freeman, I tried your shit and it didn't work, motherfucker, it ain't no refunds in this game, homie. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep pushing the point, homie, I'm gonna have to push you back on the same point. But it's you know, you gotta learn to stick to your guns in this game. It's not about being right. You know what I'm saying? It's about being correct. And the difference between being right is someone who just wants to be right for no reason. We're trying to correct ourselves. We're trying to perfect this hustle. And sometimes you learn a lesson, and I did. You learn a lesson that requires you to see the whole world differently, the whole game differently. And it makes everyone who saw you think, Freeman falling off. Freeman ain't doing what he said he's gonna do. I got haters. I got people who waiting. You know, I don't even want to call them haters. It's just people who concerned in a degrading way. People who want to see what I'm gonna do. I got people in my family challenging me, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll see if you come out of this shit. We'll see if you say who you are, you know, who you say you are. And in my head, I keep thinking, damn, all I gotta do is just stick to this road and execute this plan. And you know what I'm saying? Today is just the problems of today. They won't be here tomorrow. What I go through today will be a blip on the radar to the empire, homie. And once I get this game right, I get this game right. See, the thing is, when I'm sticking to my guns now, is when I was younger in the game, homie, I was just all energy, all aggression, all anger, homie. I'm flying at motherfuckers on the block. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing whatever I gotta do. And then I got older, and then I realized this shit was all in my mind. And all I had to do was sit here, young homie, like we're playing tic-tac-toe or Connect Four, and you know what I'm saying, or we're lining dominoes up. I just have to put shit in motion. And this is a whole different game for me, a whole different strategy for me to be thinking about this shit instead of reacting to shit. You know what I'm saying? And to figure out how to piece the puzzle pieces right, homie, to build this perfect picture. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me just saying, fuck it, whoever outside is gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing, but I gotta stick to my guns. I got a philosophy, I got a blueprint to this game, and I'm executing that shit. And once I have it fully completed, I'm sure it'll be up on the RNG, homie. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta be a living proof of my beliefs. I gotta stick to my guns. And a lot of people don't. And a lot of people fall. And most of the time, the people that hate you because you're doing well, homie, is because they see something in you that they lost, that they abandoned. Every one of you cats listening to me right now, you know, had a dream of what you wanted to do. And some of you cats ain't never going back to that shit. Some of you cats trying to return to it. You know what I'm saying? Some of you cats just like to hear me talk about my shit and say, damn, Freeman, man, hope you do good, man. And you know, I appreciate the well wishes and the love, homie, but I hope I can well wish you some good luck, homie, and you get out there on your grind. You know what I'm saying? I hope you can take the lumps. I hope you can take the sacrifices, homie. But we got to stick to our guns. When I was young in the game, and I mean young in age now, you know, I used to hang around a lot of cats, always smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to fuck different girls all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And I used to think these motherfuckers gonna get AIDS or they gonna have babies, and You know what I'm saying? I'm in this game to make money. I just can't be fucking around like that. So when I was like 17, 18, all these cats would look at me like, man, you know what, Freeman? You know, you only like one girl. I said, shit, I only mess with motherfuckers I like. I don't mess with anybody else. And that's still been my same rule. So it can be 20 women in the club, or 20 women at the bar, or 20 women at the beach, homie. And I only want to talk to one of them. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them, you know, as soon as they open their mouth, it's like talking to Grimace. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a Grimace if I have to hear that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I can spot intelligence. I can spot a little spunk in any woman I meet. And most of these motherfuckers are defeated. I don't want no defeated people around me. So I got to stick to my guns. You know what I'm saying? You start to form a vision. The more disciplined you are in this game, you start to form a vision that nobody else can see, young homie. No one else can dream of. No one else can attack but you. And anyone who comes against it, you got to be able to, you know, you got to defend your shit, homie. I mean, you know, it's going to be motherfuckers who really think, you know what I'm saying, that the average person fails and the average sucker does this and 1 out of 10 people will do that. What's going to stop you from believing in them? You know what I'm saying? What's going to stop you from thinking the same thing? You got cats who really could be something big but won't push themselves, and they go attach themselves to another man's dream. And then they start pushing that shit. You know what I'm saying? It always blows my mind when I see another motherfucker who has his own products, could be pushing his own products just as hard, just won't do it. But as soon as you sign